All right, good afternoon, and welcome back for those that have already been here. We've got FDU student athletes Ava Renninger and Tanisha. Oh. All right, good afternoon, and welcome back for those that have already been here. And this is our press conference with FDU student athletes Ava Renninger and Tanisha Brown. Right. Yep. If you want to ask a question, just raise your hand and we'll give you a mic, and then just state your name and affiliation. Otherwise, we'll open up the panel to questions.
Stephen Hawkins with the Associated Press. You know, obviously, you're playing at TCU. There's a lot of attention on the Horned Frogs, but just talk about the season you guys have had. I mean, 22 wins in a row to get here. Talk about being prepared for the challenge and not being content just being here.
I mean, obviously, having the year we had has been super historic for us, but we're not satisfied yet. We want to get as far as we can get, and I think as much as we love each other, we don't want the season to end. Just with winning a conference, we want to do as much as we can for the team, and winning in March Madness, not only being a 15 seed, would be pretty cool.
Yeah, we've been having a great season, but we never lose focus. So staying focused and just being excited and understanding the opportunity we have, brought upon us, and just executing coach's plan, game plan, and have fun while we're there.
Preparing to face a player like Sedona Prince, who's so strong inside, and you know what she can do, and obviously there's a lot of pieces around her, but just particularly that matchup.
We always say respect everyone, fear none. So just, doing what I do best, and we're gonna have to box out. And she's a really great player. She's taller than everyone on the team, but just staying with our game plan and executing.
And if there are any questions on Zoom, just feel free to raise your hand there, and we'll get to those questions. Ladies, is this your first time in the state of Texas?
Yes, I have never been here, ever.
It was my first time in this part of Texas. I've been to Dallas before.
So how was the trip over?
Great. It's very warm here. It's very cold in New Jersey. I really like this weather.
I never expect this much wind, but it's very windy.
Touch base on your seasons again. What's been the most exciting up to this point as part of your season?
I would say just the team chemistry we have. I have never had this much fun with the team in my life. like on the court or off the court, I think you can see it. We just have so much fun together, and that's what's been the key to our success and the key to this season is just the unselfishness and the time we have together. None of us want to see it end, so we're going to do the best we can do.
I'd say the same. And I think when you're on a team and you're happy, it makes everything better. So, like, this is a fun group, really fun group. Everyone loves each other. And I think it just transferred, like, off the court, we love each other, and it just transferred on the court. So playing together is just, like, easy.
Yeah.
What's it like, though, when you're on a stretch like you guys are on? 22 wins in a row, you've swept through your conference, you won the conference title, the tournament after winning the regular season. So what's it like when you get on a roll like this?
Just to keep the focus. I think that's been key for us is, okay, we win and we celebrate till midnight. That's coach's saying is celebrate or suffer till midnight. And then the next day you're refocused and back on to the next game and the next opponent. And we see every opponent like they are. We don't see like a better team or a worse team. We just focus on them and focus on our game plan and we execute.
Yeah, I agree with her. Just everyone having the same mindset, I think, is big for us, and just keeping our composure after each win and know that the job's not finished.
And it looks like you guys, played UConn earlier this season. Playing those kind of games. Do those type of games help prepare you for a game like tomorrow?
I say for sure they definitely do, especially the atmosphere that UConn had. You can't beat that. Obviously, it was sold out. Everyone was there. Everyone was yelling. You can't match that capacity anywhere. So it kind of sets us up for a big game like this in March Madness. And playing against that high-level talent, it kind of gets you prepared for games like this. And we went in with no fear, and that's what we expect to do tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, these games are added to our schedule to prepare us for, these moments. And I think every game after that, we've gotten better, like so much better. And, yeah, those games really sets us up for, like, these moments.
Anyone else with any questions? Well, ladies, thank you for your time today, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
on the bus.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the press conference with FDU head coach Stephanie Gately. Thank you for being here, Coach, and congratulations. And let's just open it up with an opening statement from you.
First of all, I want to thank TCU, for welcoming us here. We had a great time in our line dances last night, so we stomped it pretty well. I wasn't very good at it, but it was fun, a lot of fun. This team has been one that will always remain extremely close to my heart. I mean, in a year now, like the NIL, the fact that all these kids returned from last year and wanted to prove themselves, I think they did that and more. So it's been an exciting ride. I feel like Aladdin with my magic carpet ride, but we're just enjoying one day at a time.
Great. Now we can open it up to questions.
Hey, Stephanie. Stephen Hawkins with the Associated Press. You talk about the incredible ride, but 22 wins in a row and sweeping through the conference and your tournament. Just talk about what's made this group kind of come together. I know, like you said, a lot of them came back, but what's been special that's made it work?
Well, I think I'd have to go back to last year. And Jess, my assistant, my associate head coach, rather, we laughed a lot because when we started off out of conference 2-11, we're like, wow, this has been rough. And then I knew because I've done this a long time, that the kids stayed together. It was just a great group of kids, and I knew that we didn't lose them during that stretch. And so when we finished third in conference and that they all wanted to come back, including Abby Babori, who was going to walk on because we had all our kids back, and she's actually been, one of our most solid, performers. I knew something special was brewing and was, coming around in the summer. And then when we went on the road and won our first 2 road games, because obviously we struggled last year, and again, the scores aren't indicative of the bigger teams we played, but I didn't feel we played with any fear. And so when I saw us against UConn, found out last summer that it was going to be Gino's, my friend goes, Steph, you'll never believe I've already got my invitation to the game, and guess who they're playing? You. I'm like, what? So Gino's record-breaking, game. The kids weren't intimidated, and that was different because last year I felt they felt a little rattled, or they felt, they just didn't, I'm not sure how much they believed. And this year I felt none of that. And so as the streak continued, we didn't really talk about the streak. We just kind of went about our business and took everything one day at a time.
That said, talk about, obviously, you're going into an environment, you're playing a TCU game. The TCU team's had an incredible turnaround themselves in a 2-year stretch under Mark Campbell. They've won 10 in a row. They get one at home. Just talk about the mindset of your girls going into this game.
Our motto is pretty much respect all, fear none. It's, I don't know if everybody's seen the movie, probably a lot of the young ones in here to have it, Little Giants. It just takes one time, that one time. Remember I went down the road and Jimmy, if you watch that movie, you know what I'm talking about. It just takes that one time. And, for us, we're a big believer of 8 5-minute games, so we're going to go 5 minutes at a time. We know that they're really, really good. I mean, they've got so much NCAA experience. I mean, I think Haley Van Lith is playing her best basketball right now. I think Sedona's playing her best basketball. It's a very experienced team. We know, to be honest, it's nice that the role is underdog now and not expected to win. And so I think that's a role I personally relish.
Have not seen you guys play. Can you just kind of describe your style of play to everyone?
We're just very balanced and very unselfish. I'm very defensive oriented. I think last I checked, we were like 12th in the country in defense and points allowed, just because I just feel if you play defense, you'll be in every game. I think where we have a tall task tomorrow is keeping them off the boards with their size. But we like to shoot the 3, similar to what TCU does, but it's very spread out. I think on any given game, somebody can be our leading scorer. It's typically not the same person every game, even though Tanisha Brown has had great numbers, and as well as Ava. On any given night, we've had somebody different stepping up.
You mentioned you played UConn earlier this year. Are there any other teams that you may have faced this year that might kind of closely match up to what you might see tomorrow against TCU?
I mean, there's some really good athletes, obviously, on Rutgers and Syracuse as well, but we didn't face that size. You know, like Sarah Strong's big, physical, but 6'7" is a pretty big size. You know, so we haven't really faced that type of size. So that will be different. That'll be interesting. I don't think you know until you're on the court exactly how to adapt to that and what to do with that. But I think, you know, keeping her off the boards is hard when I've seen them against their, you know, Big 12 opponents, and, you know, she's having her way on the boards against the biggest kids in the conference. So,
Stephanie, this is a fourth team you've brought to an NCAA tournament. You've 4 different schools, and you've done it from a level of smaller schools being in this. Talk about what it's like to bring the smaller schools to the tournament. And is there, obviously it's the same experience for everybody. You know, your girls want to be in it, but just talk about it from a perspective of trying to do something that nobody else gets to do.
Means you're old, you know, so you've been doing it a long time. You know what? I will tell you, and my husband will attest to this, Thursday, you know, when we were playing, because the Stonehill was not ready to be in the tournament, it was probably the most nervous I've ever been in my career, you know, in a game. And I think that was because, one, this was a very special team. It was, and I wanted them to enjoy that. And for our kids, I mean, like when you walk around TCU, you know, you can tell it has money, and with FDU, I think we have a beautiful campus, a great administration, great people, but we are who we are. We don't have the Austin money, we don't have the cost of attendance, we don't have the NIL, so these type of experiences are something you want even more so for them because they don't get those type of things. So when they walk in and they see the special gifts they're getting, they're excited. Whereas maybe some kids are just used to getting it, you know. So for our kids, it's very, very special.
You mentioned you guys went line dancing last night.
I'm bad. I'm really bad.
So you're not ready to, you know, teach us yet?
Hell no. Hell no. I have absolutely no rhythm. No, absolutely not. Well, Ty, you probably have some rhythm, right, Ty? Now, Ty, yeah, he's got some game.
Yeah. Obviously, you know, do that to, you know, kind of calm your team down. You guys have anything else planned this evening before you
I
play
think
tomorrow?
we're going to go out and watch some of the men's games and women's games. You know, a couple of the, you know, the playing games for the women, but the men's obviously is full, you know, is going full tilt now. So we'll probably do that. The parents are coming in. You want to enjoy it with everyone. Like, it's been fun to be with the cheerleaders and, you know, seeing kids do something that they typically don't get, you know. And even from my end, as being a mother of 3, my boys have been part of the journey with me. I have 2 coaching in the NBA now. The third one is the favorite because he has the 2 grandchildren, DC. So he had the granddaughter last week. So now we have a third due. The one that coaches the Nets, he's due in April. So it's good that they're not playing well, I guess. But no, I mean, that's just the way it is. Because he'll be ready to be a dad. They're playing hard. They're just not winning. I should clarify. No, I really think that actually I'm excited because Dutch just took that job, and I really think the Nets are. I think they're going to be a turnaround like the Thunder. So I think they're just piecing it together now. They have some main players out, so I'm obviously just kidding, but they're playing hard, and that's all you ask.
Great. Well, if there's no more questions, Coach, thank you so much for your time today, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.